Thinking about it, it must have been the doctor that alerted the vicar. He came round anyway. Not the old vicar, I've known him. This was a young fellow in a collar and tie. Could have been anybody. I said, how do I know you're a vicar? Have you any identification? He shoved a little cross round the door. I said, what's this? He said, a cross. So a cross doesn't mean anything. Youths wear crosses nowadays. Hooligans, they wear them in their ears. He said, not like this. This is a real cross. A working cross. It's a tool of my trade. I was still a bit dubious, but then I saw he had cycle clips on, so I let him in. Chat for a while, this and that, no mention of God for long enough. They keep 'em under their hat for as long as they can, vicars. They know it puts people off. Went into a long rigmarole about love. How love comes in different forms. Loving friends, loving the countryside, loving music. People would be surprised to learn, he said. And I thought, oh, here we go. People would be surprised to learn that they love God all the time, but just didn't know it. I cut him short. I said, if you've come round here to talk about God, you're barking up the wrong tree. I'm an atheist. I could see he was a bit stumped. They don't expect you to be an atheist when you're a miss. Because, if you're single, they think they're on a good wicket. He said, well, Miss Ruddock, I shall call again. I shall look on you as a challenge. Hadn't been gone long when there was another knock. And this time it was a policeman, with a woman policeman in tow, asking if they can come in and have a word. I said, what for? He said, you know what for? I said, I don't, but I let them in. Takes his helmet off, only young, and says he'll get straight to the point. Was it me who'd been writing these letters? I said, letters? I don't write letters. He said, letters. I said, well, everybody writes letters. I bet you write letters. He said, not like you, love. I said, don't love me. You better give me your name and number. I'm going to write to your superintendent. Turns out it was to do with a couple opposite. I said, why are you asking me? He said, we're asking you because who was it wrote to the chemist saying his wife was a prostitute? We're asking you because who was it gave the lollipop man a nervous breakdown? I said, well, he was interfering with those children. He said, the court bound you over to keep the peace. This is a serious matter. I said, it is a serious matter. I can't keep the peace when there's cruelty and neglect going on under my nose. I shouldn't keep the peace when there's a child suffering. It's not my duty to keep the peace then, is it? But the madam takes over, the understanding approach. She said, did I not realise that this was a caring young couple? I said, if this was a caring young couple, then why did you never see the kiddie? If there was a caring young couple, why did they go gadding off every night and leaving the kiddie alone in the house? She said, because the kiddie wasn't in the house. The kiddie wasn't alone. The kiddie was in hospital. And that's where they were going every night. That's where the kiddie died. Last Friday. I said, what of? Neglect? She said, no. Leukemia. He said, you better go and get your hat and coat on.